Welcome to our next part of winter in northern Colorado, and after a 2-hour drive, relatively clear roads the majority of the way, but about 15 miles or so that make sure you go slow. We are here at Michigan Reservoir, about half hour outside of Walden, 2 hours from Fort Collins, but we're gonna go on a hike, snowshoeing. Let's see here if you can see it. Snowshoeing with my dad. It's a little overcast as far as you don't got too much sun or anything like that, so we're not gonna be tons of views, but this is my first time snowshoeing in years, if not possibly decades. So come on with me with this snowshoeing in northern Colorado. Enjoy. Montgomery Pass, Grass Creek to the yurt. We're about a mile in and it's snowing a little bit. Trails packed down enough, it sounds like. But otherwise, cool views and a good workout so far. Yeah. Alrighty, so we are at the halfway point, about 3 miles. We're at the halfway point and I wanted to answer some questions about snowshoeing and see if I can answer them. Snowshoeing is simply hiking with a big pair of snowshoes on that help you don't fall through the snow. Do I need to be in great shape to snowshoe, or is it beginner friendly? Well, I haven't snowshoed in probably 15 years or more, but I work out consistently. I would say you need to go with somebody who's been before is probably the biggest thing, and they can kind of take you on a beginner trail or get a good introductory experience. What type of gear do I need for snowshoeing in northern Colorado? You need poles that got kind of a wide base on them. You snowshoes, layers. You know, I wear an Under Armour long johns. I actually only have one other pant on and I was completely fine. I was actually hot. I got nervous. It's 14 degrees when we started the hike and I was cold, so I layered up, but I am hot, I am sweating. Thin pair of gloves and glasses are important. Water, layers to have in a backpack. I brought some power bars and peanuts for kind of energy purposes. A shovel is, my dad suggested bringing a shovel in case you get stuck. Going with somebody else is probably the best thing as far as gear to bring with a partner. Where can I rent or buy snowshoeing equipment? I think Christie's Outpost Sunsport, I'm not sure about renting, but any outdoor REI type deal, you can buy them. Not sure about the renting side. My dad gave me my pair. What are the best trails in northern Colorado? I don't know. We are doing Michigan Reservoir. The biggest thing that I was told is the closest from Fort Collins as far as snowshoeing was about 55 miles, and then this is about on the far end. Now you could go further, you could go into Steamboat, of course, Rabbit Ears Pass, but this was 87 miles from Fort Collins. Best time of the day to go snowshoeing, I'm not sure. I would just say make sure that you give yourself enough time to get through the hike with plenty of daylight, especially on the roads. You're driving up and down the canyon, so icy roads. The biggest thing would be, you know, just timing as far as making sure that you're safe. It's snowing right now, and I was a little concerned, but I asked my dad, I said, is snow anything worth concerning yourself about? So, but it seems like we're fine, but definitely want to give yourself plenty of time. How do I dress for snowshoeing? Just layers. Make sure that you got layers, something that's got waterproof. As far as shoes go, if you have gaiters, that's great. I don't, and so I wore some pretty clunky snow boots, but if you had hiking boots with gaiters, you'd probably be okay. How do I stay warm without overheating? Well, I haven't finished, so hopefully I don't overheat, but I'm a little nervous on this. The ride home is I'm gonna be freezing from sweating. Can I bring my dog snowshoeing? It looks like you can, but it depends on, I think, the national forest rules, state forest rules, so those are things that you're just gonna have to check out. How do I plan my route and know the trail conditions? Honestly, I wouldn't do this by myself on the first time. I would definitely wanna go with somebody who knew what they were doing, was experienced, and could help you through, show you the trails, show you. You could probably YouTube a bunch of, you know, tips and tricks and things of that nature, but I think in actuality, like if you're gonna go, you should go with a partner that's been before. What are some safety tips? My dad can tell me some of those. What are some safety tips for snowshoeing solo?
should never do it, period.
He says no, never snowshoes, period. And he snowshoes, period, by himself all the damn time. So you gotta be careful. Just make sure that you're with partner. Somebody knows where you're going, whether that's an air tag, something. My dad asked me on our way up here, he said, would you have been able to find me had I got lost? I said, no way in hell. I would have known roughly where if you would have said Michigan Reservoir, but not past, not parking. I would need to have called a ranger to help me find, do a search and rescue, because I wouldn't have the first place to start. So
the one is the difference of snowshoeing is that you're carrying something on your feet going down, where hiking, once you're going down, you're rolling.
Yeah.
Here, you're still working out.
Yeah.
So if you can't go too far because it's a workout going back down.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard that, but with hiking, when you're going downhill, it's kind of your break. It's easier. When you're snowshoeing, you still could pick up that snow on your snowshoe and you're having to lift it and carry it. So you're absolutely working going down versus hiking. Let's see here, what makes snowshoeing a possibility? This is 2 hours away from Fort Collins. We're gonna be back home by 5 p.m. It was a pretty smooth drive. We had about 30 miles of snowier roads, but the canyon was really pretty clear. I would say you gotta make sure that you're checking the weather apps. Even though it said that Walden was not supposed to be snowing, Fort Collins was not supposed to be snowing, we're like near Gould, Colorado, and definitely snowing the entire time we're here. Little overcast, so unfortunately we didn't have great views, but my dad did say these were some phenomenal views here. And other tips would be, essentially have fun, tell people where you're at, have enough water. I drank some coconut water because I was afraid of cramping. I've got some snacks. And then again, make sure that you provide yourself enough time getting up. Probably you want to give buffers on both sides, getting down, and then driving to and from. So it could very well be a full day, especially if you're going the 87-mile route and a 3 mile up, 3 mile down. So I'll do one final outro to see how it finished up, but this was great. Well, we made it, 6.14 miles, just under 4 hours. I will say snowshoeing was cold at times. Definitely if you got the wind going in you, but you also are protected by some trees at times, at least on this hike. 14 degrees is 14 degrees and your hands can get cold. So the thing is continually moving was nice. So when I made my dad and I stop for 10 minutes to do some recording, it was a little rough, but we're on our way back. The sun did start to pop out at the end, so burnt off a little bit of cloud, so we saw a little bit more distance than we did on the way in, but not much. It was great, but yeah, I'm excited to get warm, excited to get home. 2 hours on the way home. Hopefully the roads are clear. It is 2:39, so probably 4:39, 4:50 is when we'll get home, and yeah, that is snowshoeing. So stay with me for the next adventure in northern Colorado during the winter. Thanks for watching. Bye.